And big breaking news coming in. Satyendra Jain has been now remanded to Enforcement Directorate custody. He's been sent to 10-day custody. He's been remanded to custody of the Enforcement Directorate till the 9th of June. Big breaking news coming in. Trouble mounting for Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain as the Enforcement Directorate had earlier arrested him on Monday evening. And what sources have been claiming that he was allegedly found misleading the investigation as well. So yes, a big setback. And let me go across to Tosh, who's joining us with more details. The Enforcement Directorate sought his police custody. He's been sent to custody for 10 long days. We're expecting the investigation to expand. Bhavtosh, what more can you tell us?
Custody has been given to the Enforcement Directorate. As you rightly said, that ED has sought his custody till for 14 days, but the court had given custody for 10 days. ED has said that while the case is of 5 years old, but they had said that it's a case of money laundering in which he had used his shell companies to acquire properties in and around Delhi, and these shell companies had used money laundering operations and then subsequently around 4.81 crores of money laundering was done. They have also said that as a minister, he was aware that these agricultural land mixed use would have been changed into commercial plot, and then subsequently he had used these shell companies to buy property in and around Delhi. Subsequently, in April, properties worth at least 4.81 crores were attached, and ED had yesterday called him for questioning. In the investigation that was carried out by ED, they had taken cognizance of the FIR that was filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. He was called in for questioning yesterday by the Federal Probe Agency because he could not explain the source of the money. He was placed under arrest. He was produced in the court, and the ED had asked for his custody. Now, the case, in fact, was carried. The investigation was first carried out by the Income Tax Department. The Income Tax Department had filed a prosecution complaint, and on basis of that, CBI had filed a case of disproportionate asset. Now, the CBI had claimed that his disproportionate assets were worth at least 1.62 crore rupees, and the check-in period was between 2015 and 2017. The CBI subsequently filed a charge sheet in this case in December 2018. The claims of our party that they had filed a closure report is untrue according to sources of the CBI. They had said that the then Lieutenant Governor had given a go-ahead and asked him to file a charge sheet against Satyendra Jain. Satyendra Jain and his family members had set up various...
I'm going to have to interrupt you there, Bhavtosh. Let me go across to BJP spokesperson Shehzad Poonawala joining us on the phone line. Shehzad, a big setback to Satyendra Jain. He's, of course, been remanded for 10 days in the Enforcement Directorate custody. They'd sought initially a total of 14 days. But yes, the Aam Aadmi Party has been trying to dodge this, saying that the agencies had found nothing so far. In fact, they even stopped calling him because of the lack of evidence. But here we have him in custody for the next 10 days.
From Health Minister to Hawala Minister to Hawalat Minister, Mr. Satyendra Jain is the poster boy of corruption. But unfortunately, Mr. Kejriwal, who says, "Meri shirt sabse zyada safed hai, main sabse zyada ईमानदार हूँ," is reluctant to take any action on this Hawalat and Hawala Minister. In Punjab, they have taken one stand. Why have they changed the stand here? And today it has been confirmed by a court of law. Yesterday they were shouting, "It's vendetta, it's vendetta, it's vendetta." ED has attached his assets worth 4.81 crores. That time it was not challenged, nor stayed by any court of law. Now he has been remanded by a court of law. So the question to Mr. Kejriwal from us in the BJP is that how long will you start playing victim card? Will you now take action on this minister? Will you sack him, or will you continue to defend the corrupt? And if you defend the corrupt, this means that you certainly have some stake in defending the corrupt. Now, Mr. Kumar Vishwas has also said that this matter was raised in the PAC. At that time, too, Mr. Kejriwal defended Mr. Satyendra Jain. तो ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? Why is Mr. Kejriwal defending Mr. Satyendra Jain? If he is so clean and so pure, the court will give him relief. But today that has not happened. And this is not the only instance. May I tell you that this is a long history of corruption of the Aam Aadmi Party. The Delhi Jal Board scam is worth 20,000 crores. You have the scam that is unearthing in the bus scam also. You have the manner in which they have not appointed Lokpal, which was their key issue. In the Lok Ayukta also, for 2 years, they did not appoint a Lok Ayukt because there were several cases of their MLAs and ministers pending before the Lok Ayukt. So everywhere you see, this is the most corrupt government, Mr. Kejriwal's government, and today he's defending the most corrupt poster boy of Delhi government. And therefore, the question is, what will it take for Mr. Kejriwal to sack Satyendra Jain?
Thank you for that, Shahzad Poonawala. Let me go across to Nilashish, who's been tracking the latest from what's been happening inside the court. Nilashish, take it away. Certain arguments were presented by the Enforcement Directorate wherein it said no real business was carried out. These were shell companies and money laundered to the tune of almost 4.8 crore rupees. Take us through what's happened essentially.
Well, yes, absolutely. That is the contention of the Enforcement Directorate, where it was clearly stated that upon findings, there have been allegations of money trail that needs to be recovered. But as far as Satyendra Jain is concerned, as of now, what it was stated in court was that the crime of money laundering was a calculated, cool-headed offence, and there is this is an offence of a recurring nature. Now, what the Enforcement Directorate went on to say was that if is not sent to custody, there's a likelihood of tampering with evidence, as well as ensuring that there could be money laundering that is continuing even now. What the Enforcement Directorate was pressing was that we did not arrest Satyendra Jain straight away. We have called him for questioning and sought information, but he was evasive and his answers were contrary to the evidence. Therefore, he was arrested only after recording all the reasons in detail. As far as the money aspect is concerned, it was spoken that there's approximately 4.81 crores that has been laundered, and the shell companies were used, which was not really doing any business. But
yes, and we're looking at a full-fledged interrogation over the next 10 days. He's been remanded to 10 days ED custody. So expecting a lot of developments on that front. Nilashish, for the moment, thank you. But yes, there is a lot of political blame game that is taking place as far as this arrest is concerned, with the Aam Aadmi Party calling it a political vendetta. A lot of reactions coming in. Listen in.
सत्येंद्र जैन जी के इस केस को मैंने खुद पर्सनली सारा स्टडी किया। ये बिल्कुल कंप्लीटली फर्जी केस है। बिल्कुल उनको जानबूझ के पॉलिटिकल कारणों की वजह से फंसाया गया है। तो मैं समझता हूँ सच्चाई के रास्ते पे चल रहे हैं। सच्चाई का रास्ता बहुत कठिन होता है। तो भगवान हमारे साथ है, ईश्वर हमारे साथ है, और वो बहुत जल्दी हमें जुडिशरी के ऊपर भरोसा है और जुडिशरी न्याय करेगी और वो निकल के आ जाएंगे, और इस फर्जी केस टिकने वाला नहीं है।
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, his health minister were busy looting the taxpayers' money. एक बात बड़ी जिम्मेदारी से कहेंगे, आपकी ये जो खामोशी है अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, ये बहुत कुछ बयां करती है। ये बयां करती है कि भ्रष्टाचारियों के साथ आपका हाथ है।
ये ईडी का भी केस है, 8 साल पुराना केस है। जो हवाला की बात हो रही है वो 2015 से 2017 के बीच में हुआ, लेकिन सत्येंद्र जैन जी उस कंपनी से 2013 में रेजिग्नेशन दे चुके थे। तो जो व्यक्ति उस कंपनी से 2 साल पहले रेजिग्नेशन दे चुका है, जिस कंपनी के 2015 से 17 के मालिक ने खुद कोर्ट में कबूल भी कर लिया है कि हवाला उसने किया, तो आज ये केस सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही कारण से उठाया जा रहा है, और वो है हिमाचल प्रदेश का चुनाव।
We have for you in this edition of Times Now Live Wire. Be back in just 2 minutes and we take you through the top stories and headlines we're tracking for you this afternoon. Don't go